So, so hi guys, welcome back to the Super Smash T20 tournament of 2025-26. Today's match is between the Otago Volts and the Wellington Firebirds. It's happening at the University of Otago Volts in Dunedin. The Wellington Firebirds are having a nightmare tournament. Absolutely nothing is going their way. They are at the bottom of the table with only one win so far. And they have to start winning before they get out of the tournament. Very close to getting eliminated as well. The Wellington Firebirds are only having one win from 7 matches. They've lost 5 and there's one no result as well. So they need to start winning. Today there was a big rain delay. That's why the match has been reduced to 16 overs per side. The 16-over match today. And Wellington Firebirds have started very poorly here. Otago Volts have won the toss, elected to bowl first. And Matthew Bacon now into the attack, starts with conceding a single. Mohammad Abbas, a new batter to the crease. Just now, Severin got bowled. Lockrose picking up 2 wickets in 1 over. And once again, whether it's a 20-over match or a 16-over match, Wellington Firebirds, they're continuing to struggle in this particular tournament. Second ball of the over coming up, and Blundell pulls it away leg side towards deep mid wicket for 4. Will it? Oh, good fielding at deep mid wicket. And Tom Blundell picks up another couple of runs. This time comes down the wicket again, pulls it away again, Blundell towards deep square leg and picks up another single as well. In fact, they picked up 3 runs the previous ball. And now Blundell picks up another single. It's a short ball, pulled away towards short fine leg. Mohammad Abbas picks up another single here. 6 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left. The current run rate 5.36. Comes down the wicket, flat bats it down to mid-on, and Tom Blundell picks up another single. That's a short ball again, on the bounce to deep square leg. Mohammad Abbas going for the pull shot. The average first inning score at this venue in Dunedin is 153. But generally, the chasing teams have had the advantage at this venue. Although if you can score 159 to 187, the teams batting first can give themselves a chance to defend the total. Although there's no guarantee, because the chasing teams nowadays are doing really good. So Lockrose, Zach Cumming is the new bowler into the attack now for Otago Volts. Wellington in a lot of trouble at the moment, 27 for 2 after 5 overs. That's a short ball, and Zach Cumming pulls it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Mohammad Abbas pulls it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Generally, teams need to score 170 plus at this venue to even give a tough fight to the chasing teams. That's cut away by Blundell, looking for the single, can't get it. Another dot ball. So 170 plus is needed. I am talking about a scenario where a 20 over match happens, but today's match is reduced to 16 overs. But still you need to be aiming towards those kind of scores. That's short and wide, cut away by Blundell towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. That's tossed up again, and Mohammad Abbas looking for the drive, gets an inside edge towards mid wicket and another dot ball. Short and wide, cut away, finds the gap, and Mohammad Abbas gets his first boundary in this innings. Beautifully placed there in that gap between point and gully, and picks up another boundary, picks up his first boundary. The last ball of the over. It's a top edge, goes above fine leg, and they'll pick up another single to finish the over. In fact, they pick up a couple of runs to finish the over. So 8 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are now 35 for 2 after 6 overs after the power play. So Jake Gibson now is the new bowler into the attack. Starts with a dot ball. Blundell looking to come down the wicket, flick it away, not able to make connection. Dot ball to start the over. And this time again, Blundell comes down the wicket, has a heave at it. It's gone off this ties towards the keeper, and another dot ball. So 2 consecutive dot balls to start this over. And now Zach coming around the wicket to Blundell. Ooh, and Blundell was shaping up to scoop. Then he tried to change his shot. Another dot ball, 3 consecutive dot balls to start this over. Oh, he comes down the wicket, swings it leg side. It's in the gap. That'll be 4 more. Much needed boundaries for the Wellington Firebirds. This time Blundell advancing down the wicket and hitting it towards deep mid wicket for 4. And this time Blundell comes down the wicket again, hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. 5 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Back over the wicket now, Jake Gibson, and Mohammad Abbas flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are now 41 for 2 after 7 overs. So Zach Cumming now continuing into his second over, and Abbas drives it past covers and picks up another single to start the over. So Blundell is back on strike. And Blundell goes big, high and handsome into the grass banks. What a shot that is from Tom Blundell. Nicely tossed up from Zach Cumming. And Blundell clears the boundary. For the first 6 of this innings comes to the bat of Tom Blundell. This time is driven again by Blundell down towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. This time another quicker delivery, and Mohammad Abbas punches it on the back foot towards deep point and picks up another single. The 50 comes up for the Wellington Firebirds. 50 comes up in just 7.4 overs at the loss of 2 wickets. It's another quicker ball. It's pulled away down the ground long on, and Tom Blundell picks up another single. This time it's driven again down the ground. Another single to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are now 52 for 2 after 8 overs. So Jake Gibson now continuing into his second over. And that's a wide down the leg side from Jake Gibson. He has to reload that one again. And this time Mohammad Abbas comes down the wicket, flicks it away towards square leg and picks up another single. Coming around the wicket now. And Blundell goes big. That's a massive shot. That's out of the ground again. Another 6 for Tom Blundell, who is really looking to be aggressive now. Picks up his second 6 in 2 overs. Beautifully using his feet and clearing the boundary. Over deep mid wicket. And I think they are changing the ball here because that ball went out of the ground. 4th ball of the over coming up. Now coming down the wicket again. Looking to swing it away again with a slower ball this time. Gets an inside edge towards square leg and picks up another single. Mohammad Abbas back on strike, and that's a full delivery. Abbas drives it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Coming around the wicket again. Comes down the wicket. Blundell hits it straight to covers. Another dot ball. One more delivery left in this over. 10 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over. That's a wide down the leg side. Has to reload that one again. Last ball of the over. Comes down the wicket, pulls it away leg side. Has he found the gap? No, he hasn't. Deep mid wicket, comes around, does well. Another single to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are now 64 for 2 after 9 overs. So, who's the new bowler into the attack? Ben Lockrose. It's not a new bowler. He's into his third over now, back into the attack. Picked up 2 wickets in the same over, in his previous over. And a single to start the over. Mohammad Abbas is back on strike. And again Abbas punches it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. And Blundell goes big, high in the air, and handsome as well, all the way for 6 over long off. Heading through the line once again, beautiful ball striking from Tom Blundell. The 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 53 from 34 balls between Mohammad Abbas and Tom Blundell. Picks up his third 6 in this innings. This time short and wide, and cut away again by Tom Blundell towards deep extra covers, and picks up another single here. Mohammad Abbas is back on strike. That's too short, pulled away again, down towards deep mid-wicket. And Mohammad Abbas picks up another single. It's been a good partnership this. Could this be the partnership that can take the Wellington Firebirds to a total? Last ball of the over. Short and wide, cut away again by Blundell towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are now 75 for 2 after 10 overs. So Matthew Bacon back into the attack. Blundell comes down the wicket, pulls it away towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Remember, this is a 16-over match, so only 6 overs left. And definitely they'll be looking for the big shots now, I think. Now then, Mohammad Abbas has found the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Looking for the big shot, he's hit it flat there with the fielder at deep mid-wicket, making no mistake, and they've broken this partnership now, Wellington Firebirds. It's Matthew Bacon who gets the breakthrough. Mohammad Abbas also looking to hit a 6 there. He's been watching Blundell from the other end, hasn't been able to get going so far, and finds the fielder at deep mid-wicket. So another one bites the dust. Mohammad Abbas is out. Mohammad Abbas is out after scoring 20 runs from 17 balls, and Wellington Firebirds are now 76 for 3 after 10.2 overs. So Jesse Tashkov is the new batter to the crease. A really good batter. Third ball of the over coming up. Tashkov on strike. Ooh, and that's back of the length. Defended towards point. Another dot ball from Bacon. Matthew Bacon. This time, Tashkov comes down the wicket, drives it again towards covers. Another dot ball. That's short this time. Pulled away. Oh, great effort. Has he stopped the boundary though? Has he touched the boundary? As he was stopping it. I need to check that one. Field red deep mid-wicket did extremely well there to put in that effort. But I'm not quite sure whether he has stopped the boundary or not. Ooh, just about he stopped it. He was sliding over the boundary there. But I think that's he's done really extremely well to stop the boundary. Couple of runs for Jesse Tashkov to get off the mark. Last ball of the over coming up. On the pads again, flicked away towards fine leg. Picks up another single to finish the over. Excellent over from Matthew Bacon. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Mohammad Abbas. And Wellington Firebirds are now 79 for 3 after 11 overs. So Jake Gibson now back into the attack for the Otago Volts. Jesse Tashkov is on strike. And Tashkov drives it towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Oh, went for the scoop there in the air and taken. Oh my goodness, what has Blundell done there? Was looking for a scoop, then tried to change his shot. But he's only managed to scoop it into the hands of the fielder. And Jake Gibson gets the wicket. It's a huge wicket. Tom Blundell nearing a half century has just thrown it away, it has to be said. I think he was looking to hit it towards the fine leg region, but in the end, I think even he was confused on what shot to play. In the end, just simple catch, spooned to short fine leg. So big wicket though. The captain of Wellington Firebirds, Tom Blundell, is out after scoring 47 runs from 35 balls. And Wellington Firebirds in all kinds of trouble. 80 for 4 after 11.2 overs. So Oscar Jackson is the new batter to the crease for the Wellington Firebirds. Looks like he might have got an Oscar award. That's why this kind of a name. Third ball of the over coming up. And it's driven again straight to point. Oh, no throws. So they'll get the single. They'll get the single eventually. Oscar Jackson off the mark with the single. Courtesy and overthrows there. And I think the fielder has also injured himself there. There are two Cummings in this team, Zach Cumming and Jacob Cumming. Jacob Cumming, the fielder there. Oh, this time Tashkov comes down the wicket, pulls it up in the air, and it's gone all the way for 6. That's a massive hit from Tashkov. And these are all valuable sixes for the Wellington Firebirds. There was a short ball. Tashkov came down the wicket and has pulled it away. Coming around the wicket now. Ooh, and Tashkov looking to flick it away, not able to make connection. Another dot ball. Jack Gibson changing his angle, coming around the wicket. This time it's flicked away again, down the ground to long on, and picks up another single. The single to finish that over. 9 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are now 88 for 4 after 12 overs. 4 more overs left in this innings. Looks like they can push towards 120, 130 from here, Wellington Firebirds. So Zach Cumming is back into the attack, into his third over. Has figures of none for 19 in his 4 overs. That's a short ball. It's pulled away by Tashkov. All the way for 6. Another clean strike from Jesse Tashkov. 6 to start the over. I was dragged down from Zach Cumming, and easy pickings for Tashkov. Second ball of the over coming up. Tashkov goes down the ground and goes all the way, I think. All the way is what I'm thinking. Yes, a flat 6 down the ground. So back-to-back 6s to start this over. And the 100 comes up for the Wellington Firebirds. 100 comes up in just 12.2 overs at the loss of 4 wickets. Jesse Tashkov is on the charge. And this time goes for the reverse sweep. Appeal for LBW there. Umpire says not out. They've also picked up the single, who should be one leg bias, I think. Yes, I think it will be leg bias. Not quite sure about that. It's given as runs actually, so Oscar Jackson is back on strike. It's a quicker ball this time. Jackson punches it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Zach Cumming. That's a full delivery, and Oscar Jackson flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. That shot this time pulled away, and the fielder has piled it over to his partner and completed the catch. One of the best catches in modern times we have always seen, isn't it? Outstanding piece of catching. And another wicket goes down here. Jesse Tashkov has to go. The last ball of the over was looking for the big shot, but only managed to find that fielder there. And they take those catches so wonderfully well these days. So another wicket goes down, half the side back in the pavilion for Wellington Firebirds. Jesse Tashkov is out after scoring 24 runs from 12 balls. And Wellington Firebirds are now 102 for 5 after 13 overs. So Ben Lockros is back into the attack, into his last over. Oscar Jackson goes for a reverse sweep, misses it. Another dot ball to start the over. There's 3 more overs remaining in this innings. Don't not forget that 16-over match. Starts with a dot ball. Callum McLachlan is the new batter to the crease at the non-striker's end. Short and wide, cut away again towards deep extra covers. And Oscar Jackson picks up another single. So Callum McLachlan is back on strike. Short and wide, and McLachlan cuts it away straight to covers. Another dot ball from Lockrose. He's into his last over now. Has figures of 2 for 17 in his 3.3 overs so far. It's full and wide, driven again by McLachlan towards deep extra covers. Can only pick up another single. This is not helping Wellington Firebirds at the moment. 2 more deliveries left in this over. That shot this time pulled away by Oscar Jackson. That's massive. That's miles back. What a shot there from Oscar Jackson. It was little too short from Lockrose. And he picked the length up beautifully. And picks up an important 6 towards the end of this innings for the Wellington Firebirds. So 1 more delivery left in this over. 8 runs have come from this over so far. The last ball of the over, and goes for the reverse sweep and unable to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are now 110 for 5 after 14 overs. So Oscar Jackson is on strike. Matthew Bacon now will be bowling the penultimate over. Just 2 more overs left in this innings. First ball of the penultimate over. Gives himself room. Drives it away towards deep extra covers. And Oscar Jackson picks up another single. So Callum McLachlan is back on strike. Oh, that's pulled away. Down towards deep mid-wicket, down towards deep square leg for 4. Too short from Matthew Bacon. And McLachlan latches onto that. And found the gap beautifully towards deep square leg for a boundary. The fourth ball of the over coming up. Full again. It's driven again past covers towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Moves across his stumps, pulls it away leg side. And no one there, another boundary. Second boundary in the over, and this time it's Oscar Jackson. The penultimate over, so you can expect a lot of boundaries. Oscar Jackson this time with a boundary. That's full again, and Jackson drives it towards covers and picks up another single. 7 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. I don't know how it went to the over got completed there. 122 for 5 after 15 overs. Jacob Duffy bowling the last over, starts with a dot ball. So 5 more deliveries left in this innings. Oscar Jackson is back on strike. Second ball of the over. Another good delivery Yorker, and Jackson hits it down the ground long on. They're going to push for 2. No, they are not. Just a single for Oscar Jackson. Jacob Duffy has been in the form of his life actually in this particular year in T20 cricket. If you see kind of success he has had, I mean, I won't say this year, but 2025. This is a new year, of course. 2025, he has had really good success in international cricket, and he's here bowling the last over now. That's a slow ball, and McLachlan goes straight all the way for 6, straight down the ground, straight towards the side screen. That's a fantastic shot from McLachlan, hitting through the line, and a much needed 6 here in this last over. It's obviously the last over of the innings, so you need to swing your bats at everything. Picks up another important 6. And this time he's bowled him. Went too far across his stumps, looking to paddle it away leg side, but he's lost his leg stump in the process. And Jacob Duffy strikes back after conceding the 6. A fantastic Yorker there. And McLachlan not able to make contact on that. And the 6th wicket goes down for the Wellington Firebirds. Callum McLachlan, I don't know what he's waiting for. He hasn't left the ground yet. He hasn't left. He hasn't got back to the pavilion yet. Still hanging around to check something. Maybe checking whether it's a no ball or not. And I think that's fair enough. I think that's a legal delivery from Callum McLachlan. A legal delivery from Jacob Duffy. So McLachlan will have to go. Checking for the no ball, and I think that's a fair delivery. His foot is well within the crease, so it will be out. McLachlan will have to go. So it will be out, it is out. Callum McLachlan is out after scoring 13 runs from 7 balls. And Wellington Firebirds are now 129 for 6 after 15.4 overs. So Logan Van Beek is a new batter to the crease. 2 more deliveries left in this innings. Logan Van Beek is capable of big shots. That's set away leg side towards deep mid wicket. Gets off the mark. They're coming back for the second. And chance of run out, I think. Did he take the bails off? I think he might have. They're going to go upstairs to the third umpire, but I think that's a huge chance of run out there. We need to have a look at it, whether it's a run out or not. Yes, he's gone. He's gone by a mile. Out, run out. So Logan Van Beek will also go. 7th wicket goes down for the Wellington Firebirds. In the quest of getting extra runs, they are losing a lot of wickets here towards the end of this innings. Out it is. So Logan Van Beek is out after scoring 1 run from 1 ball. Wellington Firebirds 129 for 7 after 15.5 overs. 130 for 7 after 15.5 overs, because this 1 run will continue. 1 run will count in that run out. So last ball of the innings coming up. Peter Younghusband is the new batter to the crease. That's a full delivery. Younghusband swings it leg side towards deep mid wicket. Oh dear, fumble there at deep mid wicket. Coming back for a second, and they'll make it comfortably. Another couple of runs. They're going to check the run out once again, if you don't mind. But has Peter Younghusband made it back? They just need to check whether they finish with 131 or 132. That's the only thing. He came hustling back for the second there. And I think the batter has made it back this time around. So it will be a couple of runs to finish the innings. So it should be not out on this occasion. Yes, not out it is. So 10 runs came from the last over, and Wellington Firebirds finished their 16 overs on finished their quota of 16 overs on 132 for 7 at the end of their 16 overs. And it's all mainly thanks to Tom Blundell, who scored 47 from just 35 balls. Tim Robinson got dismissed early today. Mohammad Abbas scored 20 from 17 balls. Jesse Tashkov came in, hit 3 sixes, scored 24 from 12 balls. Oscar Jackson unbeaten on 16 from 12 balls. McLachlan played a quick cameo as well. Quick cameos which helped the Wellington Firebirds finish with 132 for 7 at the end of their 16 overs. And as far as the bowling of Otago Volts are concerned, the return of Jacob Duffy today, I think, boosted their bowling attack. Jacob Duffy picked up 1 for 24 in his 3 overs. And Ben Lockrose picked up 2 for 24 in his 4 overs. Matthew Bacon picked up 1 wicket, 1 for 24 in his 3 overs. Zach Cumming 1 for 33 in his 3 overs. And Jake Gibson with 1 for 27 in his 3 overs as well. So the Otago Volts, when they come out to bat, will need 133 runs to win this match from their full quota of 16 overs. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So hi guys, welcome back to the run chase. 9 runs from the first 2 balls of this over already. Still 4 more deliveries left in this over. Not a good start from Logan Van Beek. Required run rate is only 7.91. They're only chasing 133 runs to win this game from 16 overs. And as we had said during the first innings, the chasing teams will have an advantage in this venue, and that is why toss plays an important factor. Third ball of the over coming up. Another wide down the leg side. So this is not a good start. 10 runs have been conceded from the first 2 balls of this innings already. Well, that's driven in the air by Jamal Todd. And it's over the top. Over the top of covers. And Jamal Todd gets off the mark with a couple of runs as well. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. That's flicked away by Jamal Todd. Leg side. 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4 into open spaces. Full and on the pads there by Logan Van Beek. Beautifully flicked away by Jamal Todd. Picks up his first boundary in this run chase. So what an expensive start this is for the Wellington Firebirds. Last ball of the over. And that's driven again straight to covers. Another dot ball to finish the over. But 16 runs came from the first over. Otago Volts are 16 without loss after 1 over. So 15 overs, 117 more runs needed. Otago Volts will back themselves to chase this down. The nightmare of a tournament for Wellington Firebirds is continuing. Right now, Wellington Firebirds at the bottom of the table, Otago Volts in the middle. James Hartshorn is the new bowler into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. Jacob Cumming will be on strike. Hartshorn coming over the wicket. That's on the pads. Jacob Cumming flicks it away towards deep square leg, towards deep mid wicket, and picks up another single to start the over. So Jamal Todd is back on strike. The second ball of the over coming up. Looking to pull it away there. It's gone off the pads. And Jamal Todd will pick up another single. One leg by as it is. So Jacob Cumming is back on strike. Third ball of the over. Goes for the scoop. Not able to make connection. It won't be given as a wide because Jacob Cumming moved well across to his off stump there. Trying to play that paddle shot but not able to make connection. Another dot ball from James Hartshorn. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Looking to swing it away leg side. Appeal for LBW. Umpire says not out. No reviews available in this tournament. He'll pick up another leg by single. And now Jamal Todd is back on strike. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that meets the outside edge. Extra bounce for James Hartshorn. Beats the outside edge of Jamal Todd. Another dot ball from James Hartshorn. One more delivery left in this over. 3 runs from this over so far. So last ball of the over coming up. Goes for the drive again. Unable to make connection and again. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 3 runs came from that over. Excellent over from James Hartshorn. And the Otago Volts are now 19 without loss after 2 overs. So Ben Sears is the new bowler into the attack. Oh, and that's edged past the keeper. That'll be 4. In fact, it's given us 4 byes by the umpire. I thought there was a nick there. 4 byes, and it'll take 4 nevertheless. Boundary to start the over. Absolute beauty to start. But it's swung so much that it's beaten the keeper as well into the boundary in the process. The second ball of the over coming up. And that's full again. It's flicked away by Jacob Cumming. And it beats that fielder at deep mid wicket for 4. Back-to-back boundaries to start this over. Previous delivery was 4 byes. This time convincing off the bat. Picks up another boundary. Pressure on Wellington Firebirds here. Oh, this time short and wide. Jacob Cumming goes for the drive, misses it. Another dot ball from Ben Sears. Oh, that's swept away leg side, past fine leg for 4. 3 boundaries in this over. Otago Volts are off to the most flying start possible to a run chase like this. 4 byes, then 2 boundaries of the bat, still 2 balls left in this over. Again leg side, again 4 more. Again past that fielder at short fine leg. He's targeting that area continuously. Is Jacob Cumming this time. Back to back boundaries. Expensive over again. 16 runs from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over has driven again towards covers, straight to the fielder at covers, and another dot ball to finish the over. But an expensive over from Ben Sears. 16 runs came from that over, and Otago Volts are now 35 without loss after 3 overs. So Jesse Tashkoff is the new bowler into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. Jamal Todd is on strike. So I think the Tashkoff coming around the wicket. Jamal Todd swings and misses. There's a dot ball to start the over from Tashkoff. Required run rate is only 7.64. Second ball of the over coming up. Goes for the drive. It's beaten the keeper again. And will it go away for 4? No, it won't. The fielder running after it. Does well. Stops the boundary, I would think. They're coming back for 3 though. 3 byes though to the total. They've completed 3 runs. 95 now needed from 76 balls. Wellington Firebirds bowling looks so flat whenever it's put under pressure like this. It's also that teared the boundary ropes there. Third ball of the over, goes for a scoop again. It's past the keeper. Short fine leg does well, you would think. Picks up another single. Jacob Cumming is back on strike. And Jamal Todd back on strike. Goes for a sweep again. It's past the keeper again. It's gone very fine this time. Fielder running after it. Does well again. They'll pick up another 3 runs, I think. Yes, another 3 runs. So the fielder has basically stopped 1 extra run on the boundary. 3 runs completed. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, back of the length, looking to punch it away. It's missed it altogether. It's gone through the keeper again. Don't know how many times this is happening. And another effort in the deep. Another 3 runs probably, or is it 2 only? Have they picked up a couple of runs, or have they picked up 3 runs? That's the big question here. Two boys it is. Last ball of the over. It's swept away again by Jacob Cumming towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over, and Otago Volts are now 45 without loss after 4 overs. So Logan Van Beek is back into the attack now. Oh, and Jacob Cumming goes for the drive and misses it. Again a dot ball to start the over. 88 needed from 71 balls now. Required run rate of 7.44. They're already said that the average first innings winning score, not a winning score, average first innings score at this venue should be 153 to 170, 180 plus. That's gone through the keeper for 4. Oh my goodness, it's wide. Plus 4 makes matters worse for the Wellington Firebirds. 50 comes up for Otago Volts. 5 extra runs to the total. 50 comes up in just 4.1 overs. Otago Volts are cruising along in this run chase again. That's short and wide. Cut away again. That'll be 4 more. Beats that fielder there at deep point. Can do nothing about it. Another boundary. Already the required run rate down to 6.77. Jacob Cumming with his 4th boundary in this innings. Third ball of the over coming up. That's driven in the air. It's towards deep extra covers. And Jamal Todd picks up another couple of runs here. Jacob Cumming picks up another couple of runs. In 20 overs, you need to score at least 170 plus, 180 plus if you need to be safe at this venue, batting first, because the chasing teams will have an advantage. But today, the Wellington Firebirds have only managed to score 132 runs in 16 overs. So that is the thing actually. I mean, these kind of targets, chasing teams fancy themselves to chase it down these days. 11 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. Fifth ball of the over. Shot again, pulled away by Cumming. It's in the gap, and that's 4 more. Second boundary in the over. It's all going from bad to worse for Wellington Firebirds. 15 runs have come from this over. Logan Van Peek. A very expensive over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. That shot again, pulled again, 4 again. Action replay of the previous one, it seems. Another boundary to finish the over. 19 runs came from that over. And Otago Volts are now 64 without loss after 5 overs. It's been a nightmare season for the Wellington Firebirds, no doubt about that. They've just not been able to produce match-winning performances. And they're staring down another loss here, most probably. And just 69 needed from the last 11 overs. It's a cakewalk these days for the chasing team. These kind of equations with all 10 wickets in hand as well for Otago Volts. And now Peter Young-Husband is the new bowler coming into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. So Peter Young-Husband coming over the wicket. Has tossed up. Jamal Todd drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to start the over. Short and wide, and Jacob Cumming cuts it away towards point and picks up another single. So 4 more deliveries left in this over, and Jamal Todd is back on strike. Surely will look for the slog sweep. Look goes for the slog sweep. Uphill for LBW. Umpire says not out, and that's the problem in this tournament. No DRS. No DRS, but that looked very, very close actually. Jamal Todd looking for the slog sweep there. Not able to make connection. Maybe pitching outside leg also. There's no DRS in this tournament. They need to accept the umpire's decision. 4th ball of the over coming up. That's cut away again by Jamal Todd towards deep point and picks up another single. In fact, it's been Jacob Cumming who has been playing the aggressive role. Jamal Todd has been playing almost second fiddle to Jacob Cumming. This time Jacob Cumming goes for reverse sweep, gets it in the gap, and that might race away for 4. No, it doesn't. Fielder comes around at deep extra covers and does well. Another couple of runs for Jacob Cumming. The last ball of the over coming up. Goes for the sweep again towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, and the power play has been completed. Otago Volts are 70 without loss after 6 overs after the power play. So 10 overs left, 63 needed for the Otago Volts. And it looks like James Hartshorn is back into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. So here's James Hartshorn over the wicket. Oh, Jacob Cumming goes for the cut shot and misses it. Another dot ball to start the over. 63 needed from 59 balls now. That's driven again, straight to point. Another dot ball. There was a width on offer there. Jacob Cumming drove it beautifully, but straight to the fielder at point. So back-to-back dot balls to start this over. The third ball of the over coming around the wicket now. And that's driven again towards deep extra covers. It's in the gap. Won't reach the boundary. He'll pick up another couple of runs here. Jacob Cumming moves into the 40s as well. Moves to 41 from 26 balls. 61 now needed from 57 balls for the Otago Volts to get over the line. It's driven back down the ground towards long off, and Jamal Todd picks up another single. What a partnership this is turning out to be. 73 from just 40 balls, probably a match-winning partnership. The Wellington Firebirds need some inspiration from somewhere. Required run rate is only 6.43 for the Otago Volts, and I think they've already planned this. They already have got this, I think. Ooh, Jamal Todd goes for the cut shot. Not able to make connection there. Another dot ball. The last ball of the over. Has bowled him. Bowled him finally. Finally something for the Wellington Firebirds to cheer about. Something for the Wellington Firebirds to celebrate about. A good yorker there from James Hartshaw going underneath the bat of Jamal Todd and gets the middle stump. And after a very big partnership, very big start from the Otago Volts, finally the Wellington Firebird picking up the first breakthrough. It's been a struggle for Jamal Todd actually. Jacob Cumming has been doing most of the run scoring from the other end. Jamal Todd has been playing second fiddle, but he's gone now after scoring 11 runs from 15 balls. And Otago Volts are now 73 for 1 after 7 overs. So Max Chu is the new batter to the crease for the Otago Volts. Really good over there from James Hartshaw, picking up a very important wicket at an important stage of the game, conceding only 3 runs in that over, and now Peter Young husband is back on strike. Can they still put the squeeze on the Wellington Firebirds bowlers? Jack Cumming is on strike. That's a flighted delivery from Peter Young husband, and Jack Cumming flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Gives a strike back to Max Chu. 59 needed from 53 balls. Still Otago Volts game this. Second ball of the over. That's tossed up again, and Max Chu drives it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Peter Young husband. This time it's cut away again by Max Chu towards deep extra covers and gets off the mark with a single. It's short and wide, cut away, it's in the gap, is it? No, it's not. Straight to the fielder. And in fact, he doesn't even make connection. Gets beaten there, another dot ball. That's tossed up, and Jack Cumming has hit it back at the bowler. Claiming for the catch. He's claiming for the catch, the bowler. Peter Young husband is claiming the catch. We need to have a look at it, whether the catch is carried or not. This could be another big moment here. After bossing this run chase all this while, Otago Volts now suddenly feeling the pressure. No game is over until it's fully over. Yesterday's Hobart Hurricanes versus Brisbane Heat match taught us that lesson. And even if the chasing team is cruising along, the bowling team can still make a comeback. Similar kind of an equation yesterday also for the Hobart Hurricanes in the Big Bash match. And Webster and McDermott were smacking it all around. Once they got out, suddenly there was a twist. So can we see another twist here as well? Has the catch carried cleanly or not? That's the big question. Well, from a distance, it looks as though the catch has carried cleanly. So it looks as though the catch has carried cleanly. We need to see decision pending. Not out it is. But it looked as though it could have carried cleanly there. Not quite sure. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's flicked away by Jack Cumming towards mid-wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. Excellent over from Peter Younghusband. Just 3 runs came from that over. And Otago Volts are now 76 for 1 after 8 overs. James Hartshorn is back into the attack into his 3rd over. Jack Cumming is on strike. Hartshorn looking to come around the wicket to Jack Cumming. So Hartshorn coming around the wicket to Jack Cumming. 57 needed from the last 8 overs. And Jack Cumming drives it away towards deep point and picks up another single to start the over. Now Max Chu is back on strike. The second ball of the over coming up. And that's pulled away by Max Chu. And has that gone all the way? No, it hasn't gone anywhere. That's fantastic fielding at deep mid-wicket. Oh, and there was a chance of a run out as well. But the batter has made it back. Just a single for Max Chu. 2 singles to start this over. Is there some pressure building? The 55 needed from 46 balls, and if anyone thought that this game is over, it's not yet over. The 3rd ball of the over coming up again round the wicket. Oh, goes high in the air. Has he got enough on it? Has he got enough on it? No, he hasn't. Catch taken by the fielder there. And that's a huge one. It's the set batter. Jack Cummings was to go. The 3rd wicket goes down, and is there something building up here for the Wellington Firebirds finally in this tournament? Miscued it completely there. Jack Cummings only skying it in the air. And the fielder at mid-on taking the catch, running backwards. Ball was swirling in the air, judged it beautifully, completed the catch. 3rd wicket goes down. In fact, 2nd wicket goes down for the Otago Volts. Both openers now back in the pavilion. Jack Cumming is out after a fantastic knock of 45 from 33 balls. And Otago Volts are now 78 for 2 after 8.3 overs. Now Jack Boyle is the new batter to the crease for the Otago Volts. 3 more deliveries left in this over. So 4th ball of the over coming up. Jack Boyle on strike. One that's defended again towards point, and Jack Boyle gets off the mark with a single. Gives a strike back to Max Chu. So 5th ball of the over coming up around the wicket. And that's cut away again straight to 3rd man. Another dot ball from James Hartshorn. So last ball of the over coming up. Max Chu on strike. Oh, inside edge, past the keeper, past fine leg, that'll be 4. Valuable boundary for the Otago Volts to finish that over. Very lucky boundary, but they'll take it. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Jacob Cumming. And Otago Volts are now 83 for 2 after 9 overs. Seven overs left, 50 runs needed, 8 wickets in hand. You would still think that Otago Volts are favourites to get over the line. And Jesse Tashkov is back into the attack into his 2nd over. Coming around the wicket to Jack Boyle. And that's a quicker delivery. Jack Boyle defends it on the back foot. Again a dot ball to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, pitches and spins a little bit. A little bit of turn on offer. Jack Boyle looking to flick it away, not able to make connection. The 2 dot balls to start this over. This time another quicker ball and Jack Boyle flicks it away towards mid-wicket. Straight to the fielder. Another dot ball from Tashkov. Goes for a sweep there towards deep mid-wicket. And Jack Boyle picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's flicked away again by Max Chu towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single as well. Just 2 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. What an over this is from Tashkov. The context of this game are the Wellington Firebirds still alive in this game. The last ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away again, punched away by Max Chu towards deep extra covers. And picks up another single to finish the over. So just 3 runs came from that over, and the Otago Volts are now 86 for 2 after 11 overs. 86 for 2 after 10 overs, yeah. The 6 overs left, 47 needed for the Otago Volts. So Ben Sears is back into the attack now. Oh, and that just beats the outside edge there. Just beats the outside edge. Could have taken the edge through to the keeper. Another dot ball to start the over. Wellington Firebirds are starting to sense something here. Required run rate now slowly has creeped above 8. 8.06 the required run rate. If anyone needs a reminder of yesterday's Hobart Hurricanes versus Brisbane Heat match at Ninja Stadium, that's a wide down the leg side from Ben Sears. Has to reload that one again. So third ball of the over coming up. That's on the pads, and Jack Boyle flicks it away towards fine leg and picks up another single. So Max Chu is back on strike. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's edged, is it? Squared him up there. I don't think it took the edge. It's gone through to the keeper though. Well, it did take the edge, but it's bounced on the way through to the keeper. That's this thing actually. Another dot ball. 45 needed from 33 now. Suddenly just some pressure building here on Otago Volts. Squeeze is on from Wellington Firebirds. Can they keep squeezing? Fourth ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away by Max Chu. One bounce to deep mid wicket. They're coming back for a second. And they'll make it. Good running between the wickets. Couple of runs for Max Chu. Keeps the strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time back of the length, defended again towards deep point, and Max Chu picks up another single. 42 needed from 31 balls now. They were cruising at one stage, Otago Volts, but how a game can turn and twist from yesterday we are seeing actually. The last ball of the over coming up, Jack Boyle. That's punched away straight to point. Another dot ball to finish the over. What an over that is. Just 5 runs came from that over, and the Otago Volts are now 91 for 2 after 11 overs. Five runs came from that over, and the Otago Volts are 91 for 2 after 11 overs. .42 needed from the last 5 overs for the Otago Volts. Jesse Tashkov now continuing into his third over as Max Chu comes down the wicket looking to flick it away leg side. It's a leading edge towards covers. Another dot ball to start the over. And this time he hits it down the ground. Max Chu and picks up another single. Jack Boyle is back on strike. And he goes for a sweep there, down towards deep mid wicket. And Jack Boyle picks up another single. The 40 more runs needed from 27 balls, coming around the wicket again to Max Chu. Goes for a sweep again. Unable to make connection again. Make that another dot ball. What are we seeing here from Otago Volts? That's pulled away by Max Chu towards deep mid wicket. Picks up just a single. 39 now needed from 25 balls. Jack Boyle back on strike, last ball of the over. It's pulled away again by Boyle towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single to finish the over. Another excellent over from Jesse Tashkov. Just 4 runs came from that over, and Otago Volts are now 95 for 2 after 12 overs, needing 38 runs to win from the last 4 overs. So Ben Sears is continuing into his third over, and Jack Boyle drives it down the ground to mid-off and picks up another single to start the over. The 37 now needed from 23 balls. We said that chasing teams have an advantage. They started so well. We said that the chasing teams have an advantage at this venue, and Otago Volts started so well in this run chase. Now suddenly feeling the pressure. Second ball of the over. Oh, it's bowled him here. Another wicket goes down. What is going on in the last few overs from the Wellington Firebirds? They've been squeezing in the last 5 overs, 4 or 5 overs or so, and now it's gone through the gate of Max Chu. A struggle for Max Chu has come to an end, and the Otago Volts are in a lot of trouble at the moment. Max Chu is gone after scoring 12 runs from 14 balls. He was looking for the big shot but got castled. Ben Sears gets his first wicket of the day. Otago Volts are now 96 for 3 after 12.2 overs, needing 37 to win from 22 balls now. The new batter to the crease now for the Otago Volts is Troy Johnson. 37 now needed from 22 balls. The Wellington Firebirds have had a very horrible tournament so far, but if they can somehow manage to win this, it will give them a lot of confidence. They were nowhere in this game when Jack Cumming and Jamal Todd formed that opening partnership. Suddenly now the last 4 or 5 overs, it has been so quiet. The Otago Volts batters have been struggling, and now Max Chu has just thrown his wicket away here. Suddenly now they get an opening in this game. Troy Johnson on strike. Third ball of the over coming up from Ben Sears. And goes for a scoop. Gets it over. Keeper gets it over. Fine leg for 6. What a shot to play. First ball coming to the crease. Pulls out the scoop shot. Clears the boundary. That will release some pressure. 100 comes up for the Otago Volts. 100 comes up in 12.3 overs. Troy Johnson gets off the mark with a 6. This time it's short and wide, and Troy Johnson cuts it away towards deep extra covers for 4, 6 and a 4 here. And now the Otago Volts are back on track. That's all you need, isn't it? These kind of equations, 1 boundary, 1 6 can change the complexion of the game. Now Otago Volts are back on track. And this time Troy Johnson goes for the scoop again, but not able to make connection. And another dot ball from Ben Sears. So one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over. And Troy Johnson pulls it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to finish the over. Expensive over though from Ben Sears. 12 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Max Chu. And Otago Volts are now 107 for 3 after 13 overs, needing 26 runs to win from the last 3 overs. So Peter Young husband now back into the attack is going to be bowling the 14th over of this innings. .26 needed from the last 3 overs. Troy Johnson is on strike, has hit a 6 and a 4 so far. Comes down the wicket, goes straight down the ground. He's got that one, has he? Yes, he has. That's all the way for 6. He's changing it here. Troy Johnson is changing it back in favour of Otago Volts. 6 to start the over. Now 20 needed from 17 balls. What an innings this is from Troy Johnston. 17 from just 5 balls for him. And now what do you do as a Wellington Firebird? Troy Johnson with 2 sixes and 1 boundary already has changed the complexion of this game once again. Otago Volts are favourites again. Second ball of the over coming up. Down the wicket again, and Troy Johnson flicks it away like side. They're going to push for 2, I think. No, they are not. Just a single. And gives a strike back to Jack Boyle. Now the Wellington Firebirds will be thinking, why did we dismiss Max Chu? It would have been better if Max Chu had been at the crease rather than Troy Johnson. Because Max Chu was struggling, not able to find the boundaries. Why did we dismiss him? That is what they'll be thinking in their minds now. Because suddenly now the game has switched back in favour of Otago Volts. 2 sixes and 1 boundary. That's all you need. That's swept in the air. Fielder coming underneath it. Takes the catch at short fine leg. And another wicket goes down. Jack Boyle has been struggling in this innings. Gets the top edge. Simple catch at short fine leg. And the 4th wicket goes down here for Otago Volts. And is this match still alive or what? Wellington Firebirds haven't given it up yet. Jack Boyle is out after scoring 7 runs from 13 balls. Was looking for the sweep shot. Got the top edge. Simple catch for Ben Sears at short fine leg. And Otago Volts are now 114 for 4 after 13.3 overs. So Jake Gibson is the new batter to the crease for the Otago Volts. 19 needed from 15 balls. Another big hit or 2 will change the game again for the Otago Volts. So Troy Johnson is there at the non-striker's end. 4th ball of the over. That's flicked away by Jake Gibson towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. Jake Gibson gets off the mark with a single. Imagine what will happen if they can get the wicket of Troy Johnson now. Suddenly 2 new batters at the crease. It's still a tricky equation. He goes straight down the ground. It's Troy Johnson. Long on is there. And Johnson picks up another single. Jake Gibson is back on strike. 1 more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over. And that's cut away again towards deep extra covers. They're coming back for a second. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Jack Boyle. And Otago Volts are now 118 for 4 after 14 overs. So 15 runs needed to win from the last 2 overs. James Hartshorn is going to be bowling the penultimate over for the Wellington Firebirds. Logan Van Beek still has 2 overs left, but I don't think he'll bowl. He's been too expensive today. Ben Sears still has 1 more over left. Tashkov has 1 more over left. Young Husband has 1 more over left. It's a 16 over match though, so I need to be wary about that as well. James Hartshorn will be bowling the penultimate over. Troy Johnson is on strike. 15 needed from 2 overs. Goes for the reverse sweep. In the air. And it's taken as it. Yes, it is. That's a huge one. That's a huge wicket. It's Troy Johnson. The man who was hitting those sixes has just reverse swept one in the air. Taken at point. Another twist in this tail here. The biggest wicket possible for the Wellington Firebirds. What a catch diving forward at point. Otago Volts lose their 5th wicket. More importantly, Troy Johnson is gone after scoring a quick 19 from 8 balls. James Hartshorn picks up his 3rd wicket of the day. And Otago Volts are now 118 for 5 after 14.1 overs. So now then, 2 new batters at the crease for Otago Volts with 15 needed from 11 balls. Again and again rewinding back to yesterday. Whoever follows Big Bash, Men's Big Bash League. Hobart Hurricanes versus Brisbane Heat. Hobart Hurricanes needed 9 runs to win from 11 balls. And they lost it. They couldn't chase it down. Brisbane Heat defended it against Hobart Hurricanes at Ninja Stadium. Supposed to be Hobart Hurricanes' fortress. Still Hobart Hurricanes couldn't chase it down. And now is history repeating in another tournament here for Otago Volts. That's flicked away by Ben Lockrose is the new batter to the crease. He flicks it away towards deep fine leg and gets off the mark with a single. Jake Gibson now back on strike. The similar kind of an equation for Hobart Hurricanes as well yesterday. Couldn't chase it down. So 2 new batters at the crease and the required run rate now suddenly 8.40, but obviously again 14 runs to win from 10 balls. So all you need to be saying to yourself, 1 boundary, 1 6. Change the complexion of the game. 3rd ball of the over coming up. Hartshorn has been brilliant today. That's flicked away again. Down to deep mid-wicket. Good fielding at deep mid-wicket. They'll push for 2. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Jake Gibson. 12 from 9 now. Whatever it is, the Wellington Firebirds will be telling to themselves, let's take this to the last over. Take this to the last over. Anything can happen if it goes down to the last over. Fourth ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away again by Gibson. Will they push for 2 again? No, they won't. The deep mid-wicket fielder is quick enough. Gibson picks up another single. Back to Ben Lockrose. 11 needed from 8. Oh my God, this is going down to the wire here. Might even be a last over thriller. Surely going down to the last over according to me. Who is going to be bowling the last over? That is the big question. Logan Van Beek has been way below par in this tournament with the ball. His economy has always been above 9 and 10 in this tournament. So I don't know whether you can trust Logan Van Beek with the last over. That's flicked away again. Down to long on. They're going to push for 2 here. That's good running between the wickets. The fielder was too slow to come in. Another couple of runs for Ben Lockrose. 9 from 7 now. 1 more delivery left in this over. Can Hartshorn finish it well? It's been a good over so far. Just 6 runs from this over and the biggest wicket possible of Troy Johnson as well. That cameo from Troy Johnson has actually put Otago Volts in a much better position. Otherwise, they would have been in a much worse position now, given the circumstances. So Lockross on strike. It's a big delivery coming up. It's always a big delivery. The last ball of the penultimate over. Can he find the boundary here? Gives himself room. Looks to flick it away. It's gone towards point. They'll pick up a single to finish the over. One leg buys, I think. What a spell this has been from James Hartshorn. Surely, if Wellington Firebirds go on to win this game, this spell from James Hartshorn has to be appreciated. Finishes his spell with 3 for 17 in his 4 overs. And 8 runs came from that. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Troy Johnson. And Otago Volts are now 125 for 5 after 15 overs, needing 8 runs to win from the last over. Well, it's going to be Logan Van Beek who will be bowling the last over. He's been very, very poor with the ball in this tournament, has to be said. Has always been leaking runs. Even in this match as well, his first 2 overs he has conceded 35 runs, and I don't know how he is going to defend 8 runs here in this last over. You need a Jasprit Bumrah, don't you? You need a Jasprit Bumrah, Lasith Malinga at this stage. Not everyone can bowl like that. So Logan Van Beek has the responsibility to defend 8 runs in the last over. He has conceded 35 runs in his first 2 overs so far. He's coming back here to defend 8 runs. Can he become a hero? From villain to hero. We have seen so many bowlers do that. Initially they look like the villain, then they come back, become the hero for their teams, try and defend these totals. Ben Lockross is on strike. 8 runs needed from the last over. Here we go, last over. Logan Van Beek. And that's pulled away leg side by Lockross towards deep mid wicket. Single to start the over. Gives the strike back to Jake Gibson. 7 needed from 5 now. Does Logan Van Beek have a good Yorker? Second ball of the over coming up. Jake Gibson on strike. Goes for a scoop. Misses it. A dot ball here. Valuable dot ball. 7 needed from 4 now. Oh my goodness. Need a boundary here. Otago Volts. 7 needed from 4. What a time to bowl a dot ball. Can Logan Van Beek do this for the Firebirds? Can he defend this? Otago Volts will be telling to themselves 1 boundary. 1 boundary brings it down to a run a ball. 1-6 brings it under a run a balls, levels the scores. Third ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away. It's over. Third man, that's 4. That's the boundary they wanted. With on offer, Jake Gibson has cut it past third man. Now it's down to 3 from 3. What a timely boundary there for Jake Gibson. So now basically 1 hit away, and this is what I was talking about. Logan Van Beek has been very, very poor with the ball. I don't even consider him as a death bowler these days. I don't even consider him as a bowler only. Throughout this tournament, he's been very, very below par. Fourth ball of the over coming up. That's short. It's pulled in the air though. Is there a fielder there? Fielder! He can only watch as the ball sails over for 6, and that's the game for Otago Volts. The losing streak continues for the Wellington Firebirds. Too short, it's smashed into the crowd by Jake Gibson, and Otago Volts. They almost let that game slip away. They've somehow bounced back and they've gotten over the line. They've won this game. Logan Venbeek not able to defend it. Expected again economy 17.25. I don't know what kind of a bowler he is. They always trust him with the new ball. They trust him at the end. But he has always disappointed with the ball. Continues to disappoint. The Otago Volts are over the line here by 5 wickets. But what a nail-biting finish. Went down to the last over there. Jake Gibson unbeaten on 16 from 7 balls. With 1 boundary and 1 6 at a strike rate of 228.57. It has to be said the Wellington Firebirds made a good comeback actually. Because the openers got off to a fantastic start. It looked as though the openers of Otago Volts will chase it down themselves. But then there was a squeeze on in the middle overs from those spinners. Peter Younghusband and Jesse Tashkoff. They bowled wonderfully well. But still, in the end, that cameo from Troy Johnson. 19 from 8 balls with 1 boundary and 2 sixes. That cameo. And then Jake Gibson towards the end, 16 from 7 balls. Has ensured that the Otago Volts get over the line. And I am sure now that the Wellington Firebirds are eliminated from this tournament for sure. The pick of the bowlers though for the Wellington Firebirds today was James Hartshorn. 3 for 17 in his 4 overs. Outstanding spell. But unfortunately the other bowlers just couldn't keep up the pressure. The other bowlers went for way too many runs, and that is why the Wellington Firebirds have lost another game here. They continue to be only with 1 win. Just not able to get over the line, the Wellington Firebirds. It's been that kind of tournament for them. Ben Sears picked up 1 wicket. But again, the most expensive bowler. No questions to be asked. Logan Venbeek. None for 46 in his 2.4 overs. And that is what I was saying actually. And during the penultimate over itself, I was asking, who is going to bowl the last over? If Logan Venbeek is bowling the last over, then I don't have any trust on him. You need a Jasprit Bumrah there. That is what I was talking. But unfortunately, Logan Venbeek just couldn't defend it. Ben Sears picked up 1 for 29 in his 3 overs. Jesse Tashkoff, I thought, bowled really well. None for 11 in his 3 overs. And Peter Younghusband also 1 for 20 in his 3 overs. But just not quite enough. The Otago Volts batters were really too good. Jacob Cumming started it off with 45 from 33 balls. And in fact, when the opening partnership was going on, it was looking so easy for Otago Volts actually. 73-run opening partnership between Jacob Cumming and Jamal Todd. But then in the middle, Max Chu, Jack Boyle couldn't get going. And that is where the pressure slowly started to build. But then Troy Johnson and Jake Gibson towards the end finishing things off for the Otago Volts. And it's a 6th defeat for the Wellington Firebirds in this tournament. And they continue to slide further. They remain at the bottom of the table. Meanwhile, the Otago Volts have picked up another important win. Their 3rd win in this season. And they are marching on in this tournament. So a fantastic win, a last over thriller. Otago Volts getting over the line by 5 wickets against the Wellington Firebirds. So we'll be back again to cover the future matches in the Super Smash T20 tournament. So until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys, cheers and have a good day.
Thanks. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.